today with Alex Underwood, CEO of Empire Energy. Alex, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A clear focus on the Northern Territory.
Yeah, so our company's gone through a great deal of change over the last 12 months. We've been very focused on shifting our focus from the US to Australia, where we have a very exciting exploration project in the Beetaloo and McArthur Basins. So we've been strengthening our balance sheet, and we've got a new board of directors in place, and that's really to set us up for substantial growth in the Northern Territory.
And why are these basins now becoming so prominent?
So over the last several years, a number of exploration wells have been drilled which show that the Beetaloo and McArthur Basins are globally significant. Just one of the zones in the Beetaloo, called the Velkerri, has over 500 TCF of gas in place, so it's a massive resource. Over the last 3 years there was a moratorium on fracking, and then that was lifted in April last year, and now the regulations are in place for a recommencement of industry activity. Origin and Santos each have very large-scale appraisal programs planned with the drilling of fracked horizontal wells, and we are the most active amongst the juniors, so we'll be acquiring seismic starting in the next few weeks, and then also looking to drill early next year.
How strategic is this asset?
So the shale basins of the US have really transformed their oil and gas sector and their entire economy, really. So the US used to be heavily reliant on imported oil and gas. Now it's energy self-sufficient, and they have the cheapest gas prices in the world. These basins have very strong geological similarities to some of the big US basins, and they have the opportunity to, first of all, relieve high gas prices on Australia's east coast, but also have the potential to be the feedstock for a new LNG industry based out of Darwin.
How important also is it to have majors in the basins doing an extensive amount of work?
Yeah, so we're very excited by that. It's it really helps us for others to be making substantial investments in the drilling of fracked horizontal appraisal wells to prove the commerciality of these basins. Shale basins, and particularly the Beetaloo, are very laterally extensive, over hundreds of kilometres, and so success for them will potentially result in success for us. So, our programs are more modest than Santos's and Origin's. They have much bigger exploration budgets than we do, but we think that with seismic and some core hole drilling, we can prove to the market that we have the potential that they have. And also we think that that will help attract further capital, and potentially from joint venture partners. We receive a lot of interest in our assets from major oil and gas companies around the world, and also from some of the major LNG consumers out of North Asia. So it's an exciting time.
And infrastructure?
So right now there is some infrastructure. These areas are quite remote, but it's not stranded. So our key tenement, EP187, which is adjacent to Santos and Origin, is on a sealed highway called the Carpentaria Highway, and there is a pipeline going through those areas. But it's a small pipeline, and with the potential of these basins, I think we would need to see substantial infrastructure development. I'm confident that that will come, because major pipeline operators, they're commercial companies, and they, I think, want to invest in these areas. They just need to see some commercial flow rates come out of the basin to underwrite those investments.
Looking forward, what should investors be focused on?
So there's a lot of news flow coming out of these basins in the near term. So first of all, with our own projects, we'll be acquiring seismic as soon as we get government approvals, and those are imminent. But certainly before the end of the year. Our drilling programs are likely to be next year. In terms of some of the others, Origin and Santos have both made public announcements about their intentions. So Origin will be commencing drilling in their tenement in the coming weeks, and they'll be fracture stimulating that well in the next couple of months. Santos have announced that they will be testing an existing well called Tanumbirini 1, which is in quite close proximity to us, and then that they will be drilling 2 fracked horizontals next year. So a substantial ramp up in activity coming over the next 12 months.
As you say, a lot of activity from both yourself and those around you on a very strategic basin. Exciting times ahead. Alex, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me. Cheers.